which are coming through. NMDC earnings came in earlier. They were above expectations. My colleague Nigel D'Souza spoke with Sumit Deb, CMD of the company, and began by asking him when operations at the Donimalai mine in Karnataka will restart. Listen in.
State government had raised some issues consequent to our starting of the mines. We have discussed with them, and we have sorted out those issues. Have been sorted out, and we are very hopeful. And in fact, I would think that we should be able to start in a couple of days' time.
Oh, that's very positive then. In a couple of days is what you're saying, that in fact Donimalai mines can restart. So, will you see any kind of contribution coming in from Donimalai in the fourth quarter of this year?
Yes, definitely. We were, in fact, when we started, actually, we started in the month of December. Our mines, even for a couple of days, we were thinking our guidance was for 2 million tons in the Q4. But now we almost have lost January. In the balance period, we definitely look at some contribution from Donimalai.
Around a million and a half?
A million and a half should be, yes, a billion, definitely.
Okay, all right. Mr. Dev, give us the outlook for FY22 then. Earlier you were telling us you were looking at a number closer to around 40 million tons. Now, in all probability, hopefully you will have Donimalai mines to you as well. So what is that number with and without Donimalai mines? Can you head to this 40 million tons?
Yes, so we are sticking to this 40 million tons. 40 is what we intend to do, and that is with Donimalai. Currently, that is our target.
Okay, all right. But that will also require some support from your railway line, right? You're getting that on stream, because that will be crucial for your evacuation. So give us a sense in what's happening, an update on the railway line. When does it get commissioned? How much of it has already been completed?
The railway line, the doubling of the KK line has almost been completed. In fact, there is a small stretch between Gidam and Bacheli, which is around 40 kilometers. We intend, in fact, that is the area where we had some issues with regard to some LWE activities, and that is why the railways had also delayed this whole thing. There was some delay, but now it is online, and the railways have promised us that they will be able to complete it at the earliest. So I think by next year, FY22, we should be able to commission the whole line. In fact, we are already using this line in patches. We are already getting the benefit of this line. So this line, the single line the capacity was 28 million tons, and with doubling, it goes to 40 million tons. So I think by the next financial year, the whole line should be, stabilized.
What was the need then in terms of this price movement? Now, NMDC's results have looked good because iron ore prices, both domestically as well as internationally, they have gone through the roof. Now, you've taken a price cut of around 600 rupees. That's a rather large one. Do you see further downside from these levels in terms of iron ore pricing, or do you expect it to stabilize at these levels? And what was the reasoning for such a big cut? Are Odisha miners at a premium, or are they at par now post this cut?
Actually, there has been a slight dip in the prices of steel, sponge iron, pellets. Most of these products have taken a huge dip. So that was one of the reasons why we took a decision to, like rightly mentioned, it was a big cut which we took, but then that was what we felt was the requirement as per the market conditions, and that's how the decision has been taken. But then going forward, also Orissa also has miners have dropped their prices. Especially people like SL and other miners. So and consequently, they are also, but still they are at par with NMDC prices.
Okay, all right. The pricing is at par, is what you're telling us. But will there be further price cuts from here?
No, I do not think so, because the prices have more or less stabilized, and currently we think that this is what we should be able to sell our products.
Tell us about the Nagarna steel plant. Now, earlier this year, you told us that the demerger as well as the commissioning should happen in the middle of calendar year 2021. So we are working with around July 2021. Is that, is that up to date? Is that likely to happen? Or do you think there'll be some postponement, either with regard to the demerger or with regard to the commissioning of this plant?
So as far as the demerger and the disinvestment process goes, that is especially the demerger part of it, because we are concerned with the demerger. So that is also will take July, August. And however, the commissioning of the steel plant, we believe that we have set July, and we are sticking to the target of July 2021.
Tell us, what is the capex guidance for FY22, and give us a sense in terms of what is the updated cash balance that you have in your books.
So the capex guidance is, we would believe around 3,000 crores is what we intend to spend in the next financial year. And as far as the cash balances are, we are somewhere around 4,000 crores is what is available with us.
All right, that's the word coming in from the management of NMDC, sounding very optimistic, and the numbers were very, very strong. Well, that's all about NMDC and how the company has performed, but let's also look